What about forgiving a person who took the life of someone you held dearly?
So the question that I posed is, why is our society full of so many angry people? And I'm talking about men, women alike, old, young, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter your sexual orientation, doesn't matter where you're from. It's like the majority of us are walking the majority of the time in anger. Number 4. Well, not number 4. This is the next one. We'll just go to the next one.
La próxima.
Lack of forgiveness.
Oh, that's good. I'm curious.
When my daddy hit me with that one, boy, I said,
that one's good. That one's okay. I don't even know how to respond to that.
Of forgiveness. Here we go. We don't forgive because we think they feel they're better than us and we lose. Mm-hmm. After forgiveness actually comes reconciliation, meaning you can actually rekindle the relationship. Here's how I can give you a point, right? Great example. You got a best friend. You ain't seen this best friend in 16 years. But when you guys come together, we always act like we just saw each other.
Right. You never
separated, right? Now, in the same context, same friend, this friend did you wrong though, right? This friend comes back 16 years later and says, hey, you know what? I was wrong. This is how I was wrong, and I apologize. And this will never happen again.
Okay.
At that point, true forgiveness is being able to say that where we were before we disconnected, I can justifiably say we can get right back to that point and comfortably get right back to that point and be able to say, you know what, because I feel you were genuine, let's go back to that point. And because of that, I'm going to give us another try from that point. Do we have progress yet? No. How long will it take for us to make progress from that point? I don't know. I got to feel it. I got to feel comfortable going forward. But at least I can say that we can get back to that point. I can feel comfortable letting you eat at my house again. You get what I'm saying? Simple things like that. How do you feel?
So I think that's a good point. I'm not so big on forgiveness, but I try to have folks forgive me for what I've done. Right? Okay. Karma's a big thing, and this is more so because a lot of stupid stuff I've done I did as a child. Right? I was like less than 13, so I'm a literal child.
I get you.
So when it comes to doing right by others, I had all that hateful energy as like 13 and younger. And when I turned 16, I guess, I was like, all right, we're going to make a difference. We're going to take strides and just be more vigilant and be respectful to folks, so on and so forth. And so if you wrong me within the age of 16 plus, with me trying to be as respectful as I was attempting to be, then I just felt like you was doing out of spite, and you're very intentional, because it's one of those things where for me to cut you off, it was, you gotta keep poking at the bear until eventually I just lash out and it's done. But it is big, because I say that not as a 20-year-old, but as a 31-year-old, and I'm telling myself, okay, well, we do gotta overcome, right? Because I don't need to be lingering on to the past like that.
Forgiveness is not for them; it is for you.
100%. It is definitely relieving, right? To say, all right, this is done. It's all good. Like, I haven't had a friend that I had to cut off. It's such a long time, so I can't give an example of that. But the most recent time I had to cut someone off was like just stop talking to a girl that was potentially interested into me, and I had made a decision, and she wasn't too happy about that, and I was like, I apologize that I may have led you on XYZ, and she didn't take it so well.
Whatever, I changed my mind. Deal with it.
Yeah, but it wouldn't. Like I said, I like to manipulate folks, so I'm at fault too. To a certain point.
Well, then that's dishonorable.
Yes. So
I get you though.
I do apologize, because it was one of those things where I was older, so I was like 22, and like I said, at that age, I was I figuring out, I knew exactly what I wanted in relationships, and But at this time, it was post me being cheated on for the last time, and so I was in the phase where I was going this everywhere, and I was like rebuilding my confidence. Like I could have been evil if I wanted to. It's one of those. It's not an excuse for my actions, but it's a reason for those doings. Yeah. So, and this one kind of lingered out.
Not a good excuse.
Yeah. Look, man. I don't walk around here like I'm Buddha. I'm trying to figure the game out. But
I got you.
She's still an incredible person, right? She's still an incredible person. But yeah, so she's an incredible person. But like, it's just certain attributes. It's like, all right, I'm gonna take the game with this one. And one of the biggest ones, she wasn't college educated. Right, but she was successful, and since she was a nurse, a registered nurse. So she was the thing where you only go to technical school for like 1 or 2 years,
like the not RM, but like
CNA maybe.
CNA.
Yeah, but she was getting her money to take care of her and her son, but we couldn't have a conversation like this one, like a bigger one. So and that was a major turnoff, or it wasn't a turnoff. It was. You were missing a big part of my life.
You want to hear my pet peeve? Another pet peeve of mine. I am truck full of them. Okay. I don't like speaking to people who are emitting false intelligence.
False intelligence is big. Not in the sense where they won't say that they wrong, or they just elaborate on
that's maturity for me. As far as accountability, that's a maturity thing. It doesn't really take a tremendous intellect to be able to say, you know what, I was wrong, or I did this, I made a mistake. Oops, you know what I'm saying? Learn from it, so on. But the what were we saying? Come on, hit me.
About one of the biggest lack of turnovers is her disinterest in philosophies and stuff.
Right.
Like she didn't care for that.
Smart talk.
Yeah.
Smart talk. It's if the fake intellectual conversation you are giving me gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Heebie-jeebies.
I have to kind of like make the most fun out of you.
Make the most fun out of
before I exit the scene. And it's more often than not those moments where I'm saying things that you do not understand, and I'm basically making fun of you. I'm wrong for that, and I apologize.
That's
I shouldn't.
That's a big forgiveness right there.
I have a big pet peeve when I just don't want you to try and fool me into thinking that you're smart or smarter than you are. It's nothing wrong with aspiring, but at the same token, if you force your conversation out of context when you're trying to implement intellect that's not really, one, necessary, or two, not done correctly. Because it's like a needle straight into my temple.
God, that's graphic.
And it's the long boys, big gauge.
That is
just
gross.
Going right here, and it ruins me because of the sheer fact that I want the love in me, right? Wants to enrich this conversation. Matter of fact, help you get better, right? But most of the time I'm speaking to these types of people, their egos are turned on to where they're not going to receive any information. They're also like completely convinced that they're right. And I'm just pretty much going to be the antagonist if I tell them that they're wrong and show them that. Because then what about it's your friend? And hey, friend, you're going to tell me when I'm wrong, right? But as your friend, I know your temperament. So I'm going to kind of pick my battle. But you're supposed to tell me. You're supposed to tell me. I can't tell you right now.
Nah.
Because if I tell you nicely, you're still gonna make you as like I'm condescending. Like, and if I say it to you mean, oh, you're just being mean. You're just a butt. I'm like, sorry. I don't know. So I just choose the good old silence route. Yes, we smile and say, oh. I give you the nod.
Nah, I like it. I like folks to give it to me straight, so I'm gonna give it to you straight.
If we've established that ahead of time, bro, then cool.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Please yank the Band-Aid off. Don't try and just
that's the verse.
Yank it off one.
That's such a good graphic. You just take the paint in one burst.
What? Oh, especially on my arm. It's over the hair.
Yeah, that's a great. That's a great metaphor. That's big. that gets the point across. Because if you had to peel that Band-Aid before, you know that slow stuff, it makes me want to punch you. Like, dude, get it over with. Just
like with I've seen some nurses and like people that give shots. I've seen them do some smooth stuff. I saw one guy with a kid, but he was like sitting there playing pop, 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 stabbed him, pop, and was done. Kid was like, huh? Done. Fooled the kid. Kid didn't even know it happened. I was like, that's brilliant.
Awesome, yeah.
Sleight of hand, buddy.
That's awesome.
It was great. I was like, man, see if we could use that. We could do that all over the society. Everybody would be better.
That'll definitely work.
It would be easier for us to lead with love.
That's so good. Lead with love. Yeah, but yeah, so her, it wasn't like in the sense of like trying to like say she wasn't intelligent or nothing, but I remember having those conversations.
You dumbass, you big dumb.
She was just practical as crap, yeah. and it's an attraction because there were so many things that were firing, right?
Yeah.
But there were essential things like I remember coming home at the time and my ex. No. I don't know. The shorty. God dang it. The young woman at the time when I was a sophomore, I've been trying to be respectful, man.
It doesn't really matter.
I was trying to be respectful because she may see it and then be like, "Hey, you talking about me?" and all this stuff. Yeah, and so
if you have an issue, you can go ahead and express yourself in the comments.
No, you can't. I don't want the type of energy.
I do. I want all the smoke.
I don't want that energy.
I like the smoke.
But I would come home and I was like, I read about Descartes, Cogito ergo sum, and I gotta read this more stuff. And she wouldn't be able to talk about that. And because I can talk about that too, all right, I'm just gonna go about my business and go. So I know how I am. And if you're not interested in that, I'm not gonna put you through that. Right. And as painful as it is, but I could at the time I was making it seem like I knew this could potentially work, even though I knew I wasn't going that way. Yeah. It was just an ends justify the means.
See, some people don't really even look at you catering to them and taking care of their emotions as that. They look at it as handling, but in some ways it is handling them, and I've learned that. But at the same token, shut up. Like, let me be nice. Let me be as good as I want to be. Like, so isn't right and wrong relative? Like, can I just be, isn't this right for me? Is that okay to be a gentleman and nice and a good person to people instead of, actually wanting to fight everybody that's taking advantage or mistreating me? I mean, why would I do that? Why would I want to be violent and hurt people? I don't know. But nonetheless, hold on. Why? I got no.
What?
I got no reason.
Oh no! No! What the deuce? But no.
But yeah,
definitely
honestly,
get that forgiveness off your chest.
I love the fact that we went through this because human emotions are a big thing for me, and the character building that we can do amongst this type of thing is immense. It's amazing. It's to the point where we need to understand the word emote. You need to get those emotions worked out in some way, form, or fashion. You've seen people that actually take up running, or they build something, or they paint something out of
such a magnificent de-stressor.
So therefore, find your niche and be able to productively, constructively emote. You're sad, emote, get it out, don't hold it. You're angry, depressed, don't matter what it is, get it out. Matter of fact, comment. We'll be more than happy to talk to you about it.
It's so smooth. I love it. What you said the doctor was doing? He just hit him with the needle real quick. Yeah. I love it. I love it.
Slide ahead, baby.
It's so good. Another thing though,
smooth like cream corn.
Why I also say in retrospect, because at that age where I was talking about being on cloud 9, I started writing super heavy, and they say that is also what therapists have you do, like to release yourself. And I started writing super heavy at the time. So all that, it's hard for me to get angry, especially if I'm writing. One of the times I get frustrated
is when
when I can't.
Yes,
it's the best way to do it.
When you're not able to get those emotions worked out, and it starts to build up, you're just like, I'm at my limit, or I'm trying to get it all out.
I think of Boys in the Hood, Cuba Gooding Jr. in that room just throwing punches. I
love it. Don't be a minute.
Just like that.
Dashiki kids, don't kill him. Fly. Everybody getting licks, boy. That is fun.
But yeah, I definitely that last one was great because forgiveness, man, goes so far, bro.
Yes, man. So it's just we all must kind of work on it, and if we're not, we're basically stuck. Like forgiveness is
so good.
Forgiveness makes you want to develop the relationship with that person again. Like you don't want to be miserable, man. Misery, love, it seeks company. But man, you can't do it. Hold on, let's get some quotes out here for forgiveness.
I love it.
To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you. That is from Lewis. What is that? I can't even read that. What is that? I can't even say his name.
Quick question.
Lewis Smeeds. Oh well. Yeah. That was a good one.
What if
Ooh, that's a good one.
What if it just hit me again? I apologize.
No, rock on.
What about forgiving a person who took the life of someone you held dearly?
Now, my stomach almost regurgitated.
That one you can be willy-nilly, and I say this from a personal space. You could be willy-nilly, and then you see that person, and you remember the person that was lost, and all that anger just surfaces you
all over again. The reason the anger resurfaces is because there was no forgiveness. The reason there's no forgiveness is because we don't want to forgive, because we don't feel that they deserve forgiveness. Because we are within ourselves making the decision that we shouldn't be making at that point. So we're still wrong. Is it the most difficult thing to possibly one of the most difficult things to forgive someone for? Probably. But I've never met someone that's killed anybody that I've known. So I can't speak to it from experience.
That's fair. That's responsible.
All I can say is that if I wasn't that, just like with what was it, where the Caucasian lady cop shot Buddy, thinking that it was her apartment,
that was dumb.
Which is ridiculous. Why would you be in your apartment shooting? Anyway, but the brother went up and hugged her in court, and so did the judge. You remember that?
So big, dude.
You remember that?
Yeah, even the George Floyd's brother going in the street saying my brother wouldn't be an advocate of this, bro. Don't do this. Yeah. Like that's huge, right? And
it's a big person.
I say that because my cousin Desi was murdered, right?
Sorry to that.
On my birthday, right? And every July 4th, which is my birthday, I try to do something I would have done for her. Cause like I said, I don't really drink. And I remember promising her that I would drink, and we had the best time of my life, G. And I worked overnight. So imagine to my surprise, I make this promise at 8:00 in the afternoon, come out 2 hours later. No, 8:00 in the afternoon, by 2:00 she's dead. I'm still working that same
8 p.m.?
8 p.m. I worked overnight.
And then by 2 a.m.?
2 a.m.
She was,
yeah, so just imagine that, G. So literally, that's quick, for me, and I often think about this because it's one of those things where Desi was crazy. Like she was she was reckless. But she was reckless in the sense she's a high energy party girl. That's her thing. So it's one of those things where to meet this young man, right? years later, and I believe he is in jail now. I don't know too much about it after that. To meet this young man years later, and to know the amount of effect he had on her life, the effect he had on her children's life, because she was shot holding one of her babies.
Oh man,
it's graphic, and I don't mean to dampen the mood, but it's just one of the things.
It makes sense. It's
right. It's one of the things where I don't potentially see myself as an angry person, but if the situation were to arise, I know anger will snap like that.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think it would help listening to this person's new perspective? Or, no, let me not ask it that way. Because for me, I'll say it for me. If someone killed someone that I was in love with or that I loved, right? And I came back to them and they started talking. Because of how much I pay attention to mannerisms and tone inflections and their converse and people's word choices, I would be able to figure out at least a gist to make me feel comfortable if they were genuine in what they're saying, especially if they're apologizing or expressing their fault and then, going into that apology afterwards. I would take it as is, and I would take it as your word, right? Until something takes away from that. Because here's from the point we just were discussing as far as forgiveness. I can forgive and get us back to the previous point where we were before. I didn't know you before. So I had neither up nor down, left or right about you. To where can I get back to that? Can I say, you know what? Let's hear what you got to say. I want to hear what you got to say first. So that I can make even though, you know what? That's a selfish way of still avoiding forgiveness, to forgive this person. I still have an excuse to say,
I think I'm okay.
I can even misinterpret on purpose, and still say I don't forgive you. Dang, I just put myself in a little rut, didn't I? Little circle, little corner, didn't I? But no, honestly, the forgiveness is still the way out.
I think so.
It's still difficult. I can't.
The best way I can probably put it, if Lil Bro tried to express himself to me in the sense of, this is what I am, this is who I was, this is who I am, I would be curious as a person who loves stories, as a person who is invested in the human psyche. I would be curious to know that thing, but I don't think it would change. Yeah, but I know coming from a hateful place when I was younger, beating on somebody don't take the hate away.
No.
Breaking stuff, it just numbs it temporarily, comes back, sometimes tenfold. So the only means of forgiveness is like, I know that looking at you in a spiteful way, in an angry way, in a vengeful manner, won't bring about a better tomorrow. Will not bring her back. Right. So there's no sense of holding on to that.
That's stoicism, bro.
Sure.
That's stoicism. Stoics say that if it is of no consequence to me in my day, in my walk, in my vision, then I should not put energy towards it.
That's okay. Then that's what it is. That's what every fourth. That's what I take the shot. I give mad love. I remember the happy times. I remember the bad times, and I keep it moving.
This is for the homies.
Go to Thrones. So good. The songs, bro. What's that? Was that Master P?
Bruh, yes.
Oh my God. Yo, I love it.
I used to hang with my boys. Used to bang with my boys.
Yo,
slang with
that
my
is so good.
I met my boys.
If we want to get a copyright song, I swear I would play that. I would play that. Y'all don't understand how perfect that was.
We can sing it. We can sing it and it's safe.
My God. That's so good. But it's definitely the case, man, where it is forgiveness where there, I guess there's no sense in being angry, but sometimes that anger will flux if I were to see him again. But it's one of those things you gotta focus on the end game. And I don't think, again, when we talk about the capitalistic society in itself, they don't really paint you the end game. No, they don't really tell you that when you retire and you shouldn't be having to work again. That's what real wealth and richness is, so you can avoid being put in the home, right? They don't really tell you that. They say
or being a greeter at Walmart,
right? No, oh God.
I love them. I met some lovely ladies,
bro,
at the door at Walmart. But I mean,
that's
supposed to be at the crib chilling.
Facts. Reading your best Dick Tracy book, or
see, and that's another thing as far as the reality that they don't explain either. As far as the levels of success, like seriously, we have to pay attention that some people are not meant to be janitors. But what I'm saying is they're meant to get that pay. Facts. Just like as in, I've listened to the Manosphere where they're questioning women like, okay, what is your importance in a man? Okay, he must provide. He's got to make money. But what about love, Lo? Like seriously, because there's this amount of money that you want this man to make. How many men actually are making that? If you're looking at 5% or 10, we'll just say 10% of men around the globe or in the United States make this much money. What about the 90% that make less than that? They still got love to give. You know what I'm saying? And especially the loneliness you're trying to avoid. I'm just saying, what's wrong with a guy that's working hard, getting his paycheck, and living within his means?
You got a vision.
I'm sorry you can't buy extra Fendi and Prada on his man's.
Well, you could. If I made 100 racks and you bought a $50,000 purse, you taking it back and you fired. Like
straight up.
That money better go to Boys and Girls Club or something.
And then don't come in expecting me to treat you that way. Even if I got the money. Man. Don't expect it. Don't expect it. Don't come in there like I'm obligated to do anything, because I will do nothing. Not even call. Where will you call? Oh, never. Never. Ow. But I'm for real. Like I throw the jest in there because it's true. Better to laugh than cry, right?
True beans.
And I'm not a crier.
True beans.
Yes,
that's a conversation for the next one.
Because I do deal with depression, guys. I have to deal with anger and I deal with depression to a big level. Like there's days where I'm looking at sunny, bright day. I'm driving in the car, and next thing I know, what's wrong with me? Where am I? What am I doing? Then I put on some of my music though. I'm just saying. And then I remotivate myself.
That's good.
I pray a little bit and then I remotivate myself. That's another
beautiful thing about being an artist.
Yes, man.
You can see your craft, bro, and the progress, and you're like, man, I did this.
Yes.
Like I like looking at my earlier works, my earlier drafts, and you see it, bro. And
that achievement.
It is such a good feeling, man. I can't stress it enough. That self-expression and to see the progress there, man, is godliness.
That's my favorite boxing move, when they do this, when they get their neck ready. Yeah, I just got this, buddy. Yeah, ready. Take that. That was a really good topic. This is a great show.
Really good. Yes.
Comment.
Yes.
Comment. Yes. Matter of fact, tell us about your anger issues. Tell us an anger story. Tell us how you came out better from it. Excuse me. Anything. We just want to be able to interact with you. All right? Because we're going to get better. We're going to get better. Matter of fact, we're better now than we were 17 hours ago when this video started.
True beans. We will get there.
You feel me?
I put my blood on that.
Straight up. And matter of fact, it's my blood that I'm doing it for.
Factamundos.
Ooh, that was deep. Hold up.
Double entendre for you. Is ours alive, Master?
That was a good one.
Is ours breathing?
Is ours breathing? Oh, man. I'm not trying to take all your air, Master. I'm trying not to. With my big old nose.
It's funny, but it's not funny, but it is.
It is.
Is it?
Hilarious. It is.
But
thanks, Dave.
that just reminds me of that big old debacle they got about the Field of Dreams. That makes me so mad. They was trying to cancel the movie on HBO or something like that because it depicted a slave.
Because what?
It depicted a slave woman. This is producing images of slavery and people are like.
Are you serious? So then did they get rid of Amistad? Did they get rid of what other movies?
No. We're gonna save this. Write this down. We will talk about that because y'all out there.
Ooh.
Cancel culture. Ooh.
So, you saw it. My neck, the hairs on
You
the back
know,
of my neck.
we literally just talking about arts and expressions.
Yes.
And I don't like censorship. We're gonna say
everybody, shut up, Henry. I was just about to give away our content.
We're gonna say this. We're gonna write this down. This is for next time for sure.
You gotta write this down. Remember this one.
I'm gonna remember it right here.
Because he does read. He's got a better memory than me, probably.
Sure.
He's like, I'll take it.
But thank you so much for sticking tuned.
We really appreciate you guys.
Y'all. If y'all ain't hear his words first, you said comments. That's far more important to us than subscriptions and everything else. So comments.
I want you to subscribe so you can know when we got the new stuff.
Give us, watch a couple videos, then you can decide to subscribe. You can decide to subscribe.
Do you see the difference? Like, you get a dichotomy, you get a dual perspective on everything, okay? Dealing with the umpteenth view. We chill around here.
Yep.
And we welcome you all back. All right.
Mundos. Until next time.
Be well.